Welcome to part one of a new series on this channel about a game called Firewatch that just came out. It's a beautiful looking game, story-based game. It'll probably be, I don't know, about a 10-part series maybe. Gonna play through the whole thing. Not gonna say much about it, don't know much about it. Gonna press X to start. All I really know is it's about a guy who's trying to get away from it all, and in 1989, and he becomes a fire lookout at a Wyoming national forest. I like national forests, and I like getting away from it all. I'm kind of a hermit myself, or wannabe hermit at least. So I think I can relate to this guy. Sounds like I'm in a bar. $1975. Okay. Do I hit a button? Okay, I hit a button. I'm gonna approach Julia. We're both in our late 20s and drunk. I'll ask her what her major is. You slur the word major and it smells like Coors Light. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says, and I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. Sounds like me. What's yours, she asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? Was that a burn, you ask? She says, definitely. Worried shirt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. So very sweet. Okay, I am in an elevator. R2 to use objects. Let's pick up that backpack. There we go. Got a backpack now. Okay, door's opening. Let's get out of here. Is that my truck? Can I drive it? Truck door, get in. It's my truck. Hope that backpack doesn't fly out when I'm driving. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in, you share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Do I want the beagle named Bucket or the shepherd named Mayhem? Let's get the shepherd named Mayhem. I want a protective dog. Mayhem's an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with you in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. Mayhem is a friend, child, and pet all rolled into one. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart, or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some, a couple little idiots. That would be pretty good, or one day why rush? That'd be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. I don't even get an option there. I gotta marry Julia. Okay, let's marry Julia. What year is it now? Or is this the wedding? Probably not. Okay. Thoroughfare trailhead. Do not forget to check in. I don't think I checked in. Is this a sign? No, that's a box of some sort. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Let's find out. I might be going the wrong way, but I think it said, okay, something's gonna happen. 1980, it's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. Do I get mad or ignore her? Let's ignore her for now. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981, Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man, or you frolic like a Victoria's Secret model? I love He-Man. Always loved He-Man. And I love posing like him, of course. You look awesome. Of course I do. Okay, I hit the button for that one. Walking some more in a forest. Okay. I like this music, but man, this game is slow so far. Doesn't feel so much like a game, more like reading a story, but I think that's kind of the feel you're supposed to have in a game like this. It's like a movie. Two Forks Fire Lookout. Okay. I think this is like present day, although 1989 I think is actually the present day of this story. I'm kind of remembering back on my life and why I've come to Wyoming. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Mayhem at night. It's 1982. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Uh-oh. Do I kill him? Mayhem runs away. Made me move. F-word. Dog. I can say fuck. This game's gonna have the F-word in it. Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. I scare him away or I beat his goddamn face in. Let's beat his face in. Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. Okay, 1984. Oh, I missed one. Can I go back? No. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job or agree if she commutes back and forth. Let's agree. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. Okay, 1985, Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. Okay, Julia's losing her mind. Known her for 10 years now. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it, or you make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. Let's make macaroni for now. It works. I'm a genius. I missed one again. Sorry. Okay. I'm looking at my Coleman lantern. How about that book? Let's pick up my journal. This might be sad. Okay, that's me in my He-Man pose. Yeah, that looks pretty much just like me. Okay. Mayhem is getting older. He's got silver down his back and slows down at night. You and Julia walk him to the bar to see your friends, and it feels like nothing has changed. Julia goes back to the university. 1987, Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. Oh man, you tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988, you spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months. Do you decide to move her into a full-time care facility, or are you determined to take care of her by yourself? I don't like the care facility. Let's take care of Julia. Let's look around for a minute. Amazing art direction in this game. Ollie Moss, I believe, is the name of the art director, who's a pretty famous artist. I've heard a lot of praise about how the game looks. It's a big reason why I got it. I also just wanted to try a story game. Oh, careful now. Careful. I wonder what would happen if I fell off of here. Would the story change? I don't think I'd die from that. Alright, let's get into this. Oh, crazy. Can I ride it? Is there an option to ride for R2? No, no riding. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer. It's a baseball game, okay. College basketball in the winter, drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. Do I put a chair in front of the bedroom door, or you trust that she sleeps like a rock? I don't think the chair is going to help, really. Just let's... there's a better option. I want a third option, but let's trust that she sleeps like a rock. Something bad's going to happen. You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights. 1989, one night you were stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer's coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job, and that's where our story begins. You take it. Let's do this. Firewatch. Let's watch some fires. Load it up. Okay. Enter the lookout tower. Let's do it. They must still have jobs like this, right? I'm thinking about taking one now. Let's take a look around. It'll look better in the morning. Turn on the power. Alright, power's on. We got lights.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello? Let's not pick up the pine cone. I can't talk to her that way.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold L2 to activate. Hold R2 to select dialogue. All I can say is hello right now, so let's say it. Or wait. Release L2.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I... sleep? Forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Reply. You've killed 3 ex-husbands, you're rebelling against mom, nobody back home can stand you. Let's go with the killed 3
You're just gonna wait me out on this?
husbands.
Fine.
Wait.
But I'm gonna take a second here and have a guess about you.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to select
Let's see.
the option.
I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Okay. Firewatch. Let's do it. End of part 1. Day 1 will be in part 2. See you then.